Now, the joy of internally displaced persons in Kutara village, Nasarawa State, knew no bounds as a non-governmental organization, the Universal Agricultural Empowerment Development Initiative, presented them with food items for the new year. Mitaira Ikben was there for NTA News.
Kutara Internally Displaced Persons Camp in Karu local government area of Nasarawa State is about an hour drive from the Federal Capital Territory, with no form of security for about 500 inhabitants.
In fact, there are a lot of thieves here. They are kidnapping people.
More than 4 years ago, the IDPs here fled from their country homes in Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa states as a result of insurgents' activities to seek refuge in Kutara.
That time when we were misplaced, we were even hopeless of getting house where to stay. When we left home immediately in Yola, some of us were 20 in a room. 20 people per a bedroom. Then suddenly the announcement came from the church pastor in Autaba Lefi, say that they will allocate houses for internally displaced persons. That's what made us 72 families here.
Following the visit of this NGO to the camp with food items and other consumables, Ibrahim Musa, a septuagenarian, and other IDPs like him say they cannot remember the last time they had a joyful moment like this.
I'm very, very happy. That's why I'm dancing.
As the beneficiaries celebrate this rare gesture, it is the hope of the facilitators that these humanitarian services are emulated by others.
Let's show them sense of belonging, because they are right here inside deep bush. So they are looking for something to eat, and we have enough over there. So whatever we have to eat, let's share it and give to them. There's love in sharing.
The teenagers some of them have not been to school. There will be nuisance in the society if we don't help them.
For about 500 internally displaced persons here at Kutara IDP camp, the new year is already a blessed and happy one with the magnitude of assistance they have received. From Kutara IDP camp, Karu local government area in Nasarawa State, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
Indeed, there is love in sharing. And how is the Center of Excellence on a day like this, which is the first day of January 2019? Let's join Michael Olaleye for details on this and other stories. Hello, Michael. Compliments of the season.
Welcome to you, Najahatu, and welcome to Lagos. Christians converged on various churches to end the year 2018 on a high note. Dana Jaleo visited some churches, observed that the crossover church services were used to offer prayers for the country as they prepare for the 2019 elections.
The joy of worshippers at the crossover service knew no bounds, as those in attendance sang and danced in appreciation to God for keeping them till the end of 2018.
For being alive today, all we need to do is to appreciate God, give thanks to Him for sparing our lives, and also we all need to exercise patience and also make sure that we play our own role in the building of the nation.
Clergy at the service charged Nigerians to rededicate their lives to God for a turnaround in Nigeria.
We should watch and pray and make sure that we continue to remind God of His faithfulness to us in the past, and He should just have mercy upon us. I am confident that God will appear for the salvation of Nigeria somewhere if we continue to pray unto Him.
Nigeria is a blessed country. And my sincere prayer for all believers and both the politicians is that we need to team up so that we can have a good leader that can lead this country to a promised land.
They also advise citizens, especially the youth, to shun violence as the general elections is around the corner.
Meanwhile, Nigerians have been reminded of the need to renew their faith in God as the pathway to receiving abundant blessings and grace inherent in the new year. Clerics in Lagos shared these messages at church services to commemorate the new year. The atmosphere at most churches visited was charged with songs and praise, expressing the gratitude of the congregation for witnessing the new year. The prelate of the Methodist Church Nigeria, His Eminence Samuel Uche, enjoined Nigerians to continue to show love to one another and live in peace in the interest of national growth.
We will encourage a united Nigeria, a vibrant Nigeria, a dynamic Nigeria, a progressive Nigeria.
Archbishop John Osaoni of the Vineyard Christian Ministries reminded Nigerians on the need for religious tolerance, as both Christians and Muslims have their roots from God.
Nigeria, just celebrate. It's your year of new song. And trust God, God will do great things. Now, that which is not enough yesterday is going to be more than enough in this new year.
At the Holy Christ Cathedral, the Catholic Archbishop of Lagos, Most Reverend Alfred Adewale Martins, who used the service to mark World Day of Peace, admonished the congregation to exhibit virtues that will promote peace, especially as the general elections draw nearer.
The church encourages that the candidates should work for common good, and they should show that they can really, truly cater for the welfare of people.
It's all about a message of peace, of love, and of ensuring that we go about electioneering in a peaceful and orderly manner.
We must allow a level playing field for everybody to express him or herself, for every party, for every candidate to be able to speak their mind so that the people can make a choice.
The services offered the platform for Christians to rededicate their faith and make resolution on the new year. The festive period at the Center of Excellence is a time many Lagosians look forward to. Why do they always enjoy this time of the year? Adiola Omokive tells us about it.
The reasons are not far-fetched, as Lagos State, apart from its many names ranging from the Center of Excellence to the state of aquatic splendor, has been grappling with gridlock, controlling articulated vehicles, making motoring public waste man-hours in trying to get to their destinations. Today, on the first day of the year 2019, major roads that hitherto had serious traffic due to heavy vehicular movement is almost devoid of the usual gridlock, as experienced on a daily basis.
We thank God for today because there are no job every day. But today everywhere is free.
So we are enjoying the road today. Maybe because of the 1st January, so everywhere is free.
Now, people that travel will be coming back. What will your reaction be?
You know, we now block again. It become another trouble.
I'm so happy because there's no traffic. The way the road is free, at least it's not long that I left my house. And very soon, less than 30 minutes time now, we'll get to where I'm going to. So I'm so happy about that.
And because if the road free, you can get to where you get in time. But if the road is not there, even it's stress, because when you reach where you want to go now, before you come out, you're tired. They can make somebody die quick.
In Lagos, Adeola Omokibo, NTA News.
Naomi is in our Maiduguri Network Center for more on Nationwide. Happy New Year, Naomi.
Happy 2019, Michael, and welcome to Maiduguri. Clergies in Maiduguri have charged Christian faithful to pray for peace and success of the 2019 general elections. They gave the charge during the New Year church services held in Maiduguri. Rebecca Bature reports.
Though some areas in Borno State have faced security challenges in 2018, Christian faithful in Maiduguri are full of gratitude to God, who has crossed them over to 2019. Some of the leaders are optimistic that the 2019 general elections will be conducted peacefully.
2019 will be a prosperous new year. We pray that peaceful coexistence will exist between believers and the nation at large. We pray also that the security situation in this country will improve.
Crossing over from the year 2018 now to another year in which we will need to work at least to live a better life and keep on and keep off any other things that is not of God in our life as a Christian.
By 12 midnight,
It was a great moment of joy, and we are grateful to God because He's so good, He's so faithful.
Let us improve on the area of tolerance and togetherness. God, in His infinite mercy and wisdom, has made it possible for us to come together in the same state, the same Nigeria, the same village, and even the same family to some extent.
We have been praying for our country, we have been praying for our state, and we are believing that this year, that God will see us through. Even during the election, we shall be successful.
And that we believe that it shall be well with our country. Nigeria will be great. God will not allow Nigeria to stay to this level for nothing less.
A cross-section of Christian faithful expressed gratitude for what God has done to them in their 2018 and are hopeful for greater 2019.
Many did not see this day, but by the grace of God, I have seen this day.
All the churches visited sang and danced to the glory of God. In Maiduguri, Rebecca Buturi, NTA News.
The extraordinary meeting of various stakeholders to overcome the recent resurgence of attacks by Boko Haram insurgents has ended in Maiduguri with short and long-term resolutions. Muhammad Ibrahim has more.
The security meeting brought together security chiefs, top government officials and traditional leaders, as well as organized labor, trade unions, rural elders, among other communities affected by the Boko Haram insurgency. Convener of the meeting, Borno State Governor Kashmir Shettima, noted that it is an effort to support as a family the combined ongoing efforts by the armed forces to end the spate of attacks.
We need to think ahead of the insurgents. Knowing the Boko Haram, we need to strengthen security measures in schools, mosques and churches, markets and all public places across Borno State. We should not be taken unaware.
He explained that the meeting was expanded to form a broader and more inclusive platform, chart a new course, and rebuild public confidence in the security apparatus to collectively surmount the insurgency bedeviling the state. State Commissioner of Justice Kakashew Lawan expressed commitment of government to security of lives as a constitutional responsibility indicated in the continuous logistics support to the security agencies in the state, including funding and training of civilian JTF. The session dwelt mainly on overview of counterinsurgency and its challenges, clarifications by affected communities, as well as recommendations and collective support. A secret final report is expected to be submitted to the presidency by an already nominated delegation. In Maiduguri, Muhammad Ibrahim, NTA News.
Preempting catastrophic issues that can result to colossal loss of lives and properties remains one of the cardinal objectives of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA. Northeast Zonal Coordinator of NEMA, Bashir Idris Garga, made the statement while launching Operation Eagle Eye in Maiduguri. Abubakar Muhammad Musa has more.
The National Emergency Management Agency says there is no better time to launch Operation Eagle Eye than now in view of the challenges that are naturally associated with this season. Well, I have with me the Northeast Zonal Coordinator of NEMA who will talk more on the operation.
Our Operation Eagle Eye, as the name implies, it covers period from September to January. Associated with this period I have just spoken about, a series of celebrations and the emotion associated because we want to record at least minimal casualties.
The operation, which is in collaboration with Federal Road Safety Corps and Federal Fire Service, is expected to be replicated in Yobe State.
We have bomb explosions all over the place. We have general state of insecurity on the account of the activities of the insurgents. And therefore, this is the best time you sensitize people and give them some certain safety tips.
It will equally be extended to Shetima Ali Monguno Teachers Village and Bakasi camps in order to sensitize IDPs on the effective management of combustible materials, health issues, in addition to other natural and man-made disasters. NEMA says the agency cannot make the operation a huge success without the maximum support and cooperation from the general public. As such, everybody is expected to be a stakeholder in this regard. It's back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Abubakar. That's our contribution from Maiduguri. Nationwide continues after this time out.
Hate speech is not a joke. It incites genocide and crimes against humanity. Most of Africa's civil wars are caused by hate speech from one tribe against another. We don't want it here. The Nigerian government stands firm against hate speech.
Under no conditions whatsoever should we tolerate or excuse or justify hate speech or hateful conduct of any kind, especially where such is illegal.
There's no doubt that the resurgent push for separatism, as well as the rising cases of ethnic and religious disharmony, are all traceable to the growing phenomenon of hate speech.
One nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Nigeria, one nation, one people.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
2018 in retrospect and the projections for 2019 in building a stronger Nigeria is the thrust this week on NTA Tuesday Live. Tuesday Live, every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. The program promises to be educative and informative. Don't miss it.
My name is Matthew Ojioko Sisi. I am the president of Association of Retired War-Affected Police Officers who were in eastern Nigeria before the outbreak of the Civil War. In 2000, the federal government granted us amnesty and retired all those of us who were originally dismissed. From 2007, we started appealing to respective governments of the Federation to retire us according to the terms of the amnesty. And for 10 years, we were fighting without anybody listening to us. It took the president a very short time to decide that we deserve justice. 2017, they started paying these benefits. We owe this to President Muhammadu Buhari, who graciously granted us this favor.
The candidates. A presidential town hall co-production between Daria Media and NTA, supported by the MacArthur Foundation. 4 presidential town halls, 4 political parties and their presidential and vice presidential candidates. 4 Wednesdays in January 2019, 9th, 16th, 23rd and 30th January, from 7 to 9 p.m. Town hall venue, Sheraton Hotel, Abuja. Moderator, Kadria Ahmed. The candidates will be broadcast live on NTA and other partner TV and radio stations, as well as streamed online on NTA and DTV.media. If you are over 18 and want to be part of the audience, apply online at daria.media or use the hashtag NGTheCandidates or participate online using the hashtag NGTheCandidates.
It is that time of the year when we appreciate all those that mean so much to us. All sponsors, our clients, government at all levels, corporate bodies, advertisers, religious bodies, civil society groups, political parties, business, and above all, you, our esteemed viewers. Together we made 2018 great. Together we shall make 2019 even greater. And that is why we say thank you. Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Thanks for staying with NTA Nationwide. Now let's go to Bayelsa State, where beneficiaries of the federal government youth empowerment program, Empower there, are now self-reliant and have asked for an extension of the program. This was at the graduation ceremony of trainees in automobile repair in Yenagoa. Aya Prezi reports.
The Empower Build program of the federal government is aimed at developing empowerment skills in the automobile subsector of the economy to drive entrepreneurship among young Nigerians. Fudon's Automobile, in partnership with Empower program, has been able to provide training programs to young beneficiaries of the Empower Build phase in Bayelsa State. Graduates who appreciated the federal government for the skills development program promised to sustain the skills acquired by putting into practice what they have learned.
I believe by now my mates are looking up to me.
For the past 3 years, I've gained a lot.
What they have started can take us somewhere.
They, however, appeal to the government to expand the program to accommodate more beneficiaries who need to acquire such skills to become responsible to themselves and society. In Yenagoa, Aya, Brazil, NTA News.
And now there are lots of expectations from Nigerians as we continue to celebrate the new year. Let's join Kemi in Ibadan for details on this and other stories. Hello, Kemi.
It was a message of renewed hope, peace, and the need to fear God as some Christians in Ibadan converged on their worship centers to offer praises to God who kept them to witness the new year 2019. Correspondent Oyinka Mali, who visited some churches in Ibadan, reports.
The year is a year that Nigeria will obtain mercy. Everyone is expected to vote, not to fight. Don't be bought.
We have been praying for the mercy of God upon Nigeria, and God has answered our prayers. And God has asked us to tell the people of Nigeria that His mercy will prevail in 2019. Nobody should be afraid.
Those were part of the messages of love, hope, and mercy from God's servants to Christians and Nigerians in general as they journey through the new year 2019 and looking forward to elect leaders into various political offices. They assured Nigerians that God has declared violence-free polls and He is set to disappoint speculators of evil agenda, but must be conscious of their spiritual life in Jesus Christ.
It's going to turn, negative prophecies of doom to right. It's going to, to right the wrongs and make people, happy.
So we have to behave as Christians in this year 2019. So definitely we are going to have abundant joy and peace of mind.
The worshippers filled the atmosphere with prayers of thanksgiving and praises to God. In Ibadan, Oyeyinka Omole, NTA News. The much-awaited year 2019 is finally here. Being an election year in Nigeria, what are the people's expectations? Funke Budamiton is on the streets of Ibadan to sample the opinion of a cross-section of residents. Over to you, Funke.
The year 2019 was ushered in with a lot of hopes and aspirations on the part of Nigerians. Being an election year, NTA Ibadan is here to find out from the ordinary Nigerian what their expectations are. Can we meet you, please?
My name is Pauline Cesar.
Okay, so what are your expectations for year 2019?
We expect growth. We expect the change to carry on. Let there be change.
I want something to improve in Nigeria, the education and other stuff.
Fair for election, that's it.
We are happy. We are filled with hope. Know that if it goes like this, things will be better.
I want the government to do better to the people of Nigeria. We want government to do a greater thing than that of last year.
They should empower us to those youths in this country. That would be anything like war. The election will be peaceful because I believe that God is in control.
I'm expecting God-fearing leaders. Actually, we don't need rulers again. We need leaders. While the narrative is the same, the people are optimistic, especially about the 2019 general elections. It's Funke Budamito. Kemi, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Funke. Wife of Oyo State Governor Florence Ajimobi has presented cash and gift items to first 3 New Year babies delivered at 2 different hospitals in Ibadan. Respondent Ayomiko Ajibola reports.
Wow.
The baby of the year, who was born a minute past 12 in the midnight, weighed 3 kilograms to the Olayeju Olaofe family at Police Hospital, LALA, while the second and the third were born at Adeoyo Maternity Teaching Hospital to the families of Dr. Adebamola and Adeshina, respectively, were all presented with cash and gift items. The wife of the governor also presented cash to a mother of 6 other newborn babies, represented by the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development. Mr. Ajumabi said the gesture was to give the parents and the newborns good reason to be happy this Yuletide season.
My message to the mothers is that we should all continue to enjoy the peace and harmony in Oyo State.
Actually, I do expect the birth comes, and I really appreciate Oyo State government on that. I'm very grateful to God Almighty, and I'm very happy for the blessing of the newborn baby into my family.
She also visited the children ward at Adeoyo Maternity Teaching Hospital, where she presented gifts to the children and prayed for their speedy recovery. In Ibadan, Ayomiku Ajibola, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from Ibadan. Over now to Chinyere in Enugu for more reports.
Thank you, Kemi, and welcome to Enugu Network Center. Churches in Enugu State today ushered in the new year with special thanksgiving to God for sustaining the unity of the nation. Okechukwu Agubama, who visited some churches in the metropolis, has the details.
Advising Christians on the imperative of prayers, especially as the general elections approaches, Archbishop Chukwuma said prayers is the key to every challenge facing the nation or mankind. He emphasized that prayer is fellowship with God for his will to be done on earth. The Archbishop added that having covenant with God enables men to have focus on God's wishes for them.
And what significance have that not with us in the new year? First of all, we want to thank God for spreading life us in the new year. Despite all odds of trouble in 2018, the Lord has helped us prosper. We have survived it. We have seen this year. And we have conquered in Jesus' name.
In other churches, the New Year messages dwell on violence-free general elections. Prayers were also offered for peace and harmony in the country. In Enugu, Okechukwu Agubama, NTA News.
Some religious and community leaders in Enugu State have enjoined Nigerians to be more united and put up a positive mindset in 2019 in order to realize the nation's full potentials. They gave the advice in their New Year messages for 2019. Jude Abugu has the details.
2019 holds a lot for Nigerians, especially in the areas of policies, economy, and nation building, being an election year. For this reason, Nigerians are coming into the new year with the hope that it will bring good tidings. It is on this note that some clergy in Enugu State are calling on Nigerians to put aside their differences and work together for the good of the nation.
As we step into 2019, I know it is what we may call political year. But I want to say that it shall be a year of good news.
Some leaders of thought in the state also shared their expectations in the new year, especially with regards to the 2019 general elections, in which they preached peace and understanding amongst the political leaders.
We should live peacefully as a country. We should not be divided by religion or by ethnicity. We should look at each other as brothers and sisters. We are not enemies. We belong to one country, and we want peace.
Let us conduct elections that will be devoid of violence. Let us have an election adjudged to be free and fair.
In Enugu, Ngozi Silva, Technical, NTA News.
Association of Heads of Federal Establishments in Enugu State has inaugurated its new secretariat complex as members of the association take stock of the activities in 2018. Judah Bogu is standing by with that report.
Complex in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit.
Heads of various federal establishments in Enugu State usually come together at the end of each year to review their activities for the year, to know if they were able to meet their targets. This year, 2018, the association was able to complete its secretariat complex, which was being inaugurated today. We will be speaking with the chairman of the association to tell us how the year has been for the members of the association. You're welcome, sir. Please, can you tell us how this year has been for federal establishments we have in Enugu State?
Yeah, it has been a very wonderful year, and we have been very, very effective. Things have been moving very fine, and then we have been able to raise this security.
Okay, what other things are we expecting from this gathering?
We are also going to send forth some of our retired members, including those who have been transferred from Enugu State.
Anybody who is retiring from service should beat his chest and give glory to God.
With the unveiling of the association's calendar for 2019, they are ending the year 2018 in a positive note. They are also expecting that 2019 will be a good year. Back to Chinyere in the studios.
Thank you, Jordan. That's our contribution from Enugu. Back to Najato in Abuja for more on Nationwide.
Thank you, Chinyere. And still from Enugu, on a sad note, property worth millions of naira were in the early hours of Monday, 31st December 2018, gutted by fire when 2 fuel stations, residential buildings and several shops in Transekulu, Enugu metropolis went up in flames. Ngozi Silva Technical quotes eyewitnesses as saying the inferno emanated from a tanker discharging cooking gas in one of the fuel stations.
According to eyewitnesses' account, the inferno started at about 8 o'clock in the morning when the tanker discharging cooking gas leaked into the air and sparked fire. According to another account, the tanker shifted from position as there was no wedge at the tire to hold it. The shift, they said, led to leakage of the gas in the air, igniting fire from a nearby shop.
When it started happening, almost our vehicle had to turn back and everybody were running away. And we discovered that it's as a result of there was a little loophole or leakage from the tanker.
Conducted, we discovered that it is an act of carelessness, that this tanker behind me was discharging cooking gas without the driver or the conductor putting wedge. All of a sudden the vehicle rolled, then pulling the discharging hose from the maybe 5 metric tons.
The raging of the inferno caused commotion as people ran for safety when the fire escalated to surrounding areas. Property destroyed include the tanker where the fire was said to have emanated from, an electricity transformer, a commercial bus, and 3 tricycles. Residential buildings and several shops were also touched. The Enugu State Chief Fire Officer, Okudili Oha, relates the effort of the state firefighters to quell the fire.
We dispatched them 5 vehicles, 5 firefighters and 1 water tanker, making it 6. And by the special grace of God, we were able to quench the fire. We stopped it from spreading.
As at the time of filing this report, debris of the fire disaster which littered the area were yet to be cleared. In Enugu, Ngozi Silva Technical, NTA News.
Very sad indeed. Now, it's a yearly experience, but many still fall victim to it. I mean the Harmattan season. So, Mia Ogidi reminds us of the sad tales of this season and the way forward.
December and January are usually months of celebration. Yes, the Christmas and New Year. That is the sunny side of the moment. But moving to the other side of the divide, one is reminded of the sad reality of Harmattan season as humanity confronts losses. Every inanimate object goes dry and becomes highly inflammable as pains and agony take the place of joy in many families. Even the dead, in most cases, are not spared.
Somebody building a shop may say, okay, they need a light. Draw a light, maybe with a cable, with naked points, and drop and put a stone, connecting without a recourse to real electrical regulation. So all this contributed to fires.
Just a few days ago, hospital, filling stations and markets in some cities were consumed by the flaming fire ushered in by Harmattan.
There's any fiery incident, 30 minutes is enough to raise down almost the whole market.
It has always been complaints from victims and their sympathizers on the inefficiency of fire service in responding to emergency situations. But the Controller General of the Federal Fire Service, Joseph Gariba Anebi, seems not comfortable with this accusation.
That even if you are coming with your fire engine, you cannot access the scene of the fire because of a kind of obstructions created.
It's no longer a time for blame game, but one has to be conscious of the season and take the extra mile in taking precautionary measures, especially avoiding uncontrolled bush burning. Mie Ogede, NTA News.
Thank you, Mie. Another break beckons, and we'll be back with more on Nationwide. Stay tuned.
Fake news which is shared for malicious purposes is a danger to our peace and security in Nigeria. Misinformation as fake news is a serious threat to our hard-earned democracy and promotes hatred and misunderstanding between our communities. We are all responsible for stopping the spread of fake news in its tracks. So, always check the source and credibility of any news item. Say no to fake news. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information.
2019 elections is approaching. While making up your mind on who to vote in every part of Nigeria, remember, corruption kills. It results in poorly equipped hospitals, poorly constructed bridges, poor quality of education, lack of jobs, poor quality of healthcare, lack of quality housing, deprivation and suffering, economic depression. It drives away foreign investment. It brings about lack of infrastructure. It is an embarrassment to our nation. At the federal level, in every state, every local government, vote wisely. Elect leaders with integrity and proven character. That is one critical step towards building a great nation. You have a role to play. Vote wisely.
This message is from the National Orientation Agency.
You have Yamala? Yes. And Abula? Yes, sir. Black or white? Yamala. Have I ever eaten white Amala here before? Yes, sir. Give me Amala and Abula. Do you have Dodo? Dodo ground. Good. Let me have some Dodo. I want you to put the meat in a bowl. Shaki. Shuku. A body. I like my edo to be very tender. You have stockfish? Yes, sir. Good. Let's have some stockfish. And the catfish, my favorite. Don't mind them. You have eggs. I would like 6 boiled eggs. No eggs. The catfish will do. And then rice. Rice and then some salad. Look. Do you have a kuru?
Thanks for being there. Experts call for improved corporate funding for sports development in the new year as Roger Federer and Serena Williams finally meet on court. Ayodeji Makinde has details on Sports Update.
As Nigerians anticipate more successes in continental and world championships in 2019, experts have advocated for increase in the involvement of corporate and private sponsorship in order to drive the development of the sports sector. This, they say, will boost the progression of athletes discovered at the National Youth Games into potential world beaters as Nigeria targets podium finishes in multi-medal sports events.
We really need to go outside of this issue of voting for government. How much money does government have? Government does not have money anywhere in the world to be able to put it into sports business.
Other countries in the whole world that are making it in the whole world, you discover that they start from the scratch.
After a successful sporting year in which it featured at the National Sports Festival among other competitions across the country, the Nigeria Para Soccer Federation says 2019 is laden with activities that will keep athletes meaningfully engaged. President of the Federation, Ms. Bahu Lawandidi, is hopeful that the sport will attract more sponsorship as the Federation continues to work towards expanding its horizon beyond the country. The much-anticipated matchup between tennis greats Roger Federer and Serena Williams ended with Swiss duo of Federer and Belinda Bencic defeating Americans Serena and Frances Tiafoe 4-2, 4-3 in the mixed doubles of the 2019 Hopman Cup on Tuesday. The victory moves Switzerland top of Group B and qualified them for the final of the championship in Perth, Australia on Saturday. With sports updates, Ayodeji, Makinde NTA News.
Well, I actually honestly expected Serena to win. And that's the end of Nationwide in this very special edition. Thanks for being with us. See you next time.
Nigerians. Suicide bombers are not spirits. They are not ghosts. They are human beings like you and me. They live amongst us. They are your neighbors. They are your friends today, but terrorists tomorrow. So you must know your neighbor now. Security begins with you and me. Know your neighbor. Be vigilant. Be security conscious. Report suspicious persons, objects, and movements to the police and other security agencies. The security of our nation is a duty for you and me.
If you see something, say something. Nigeria, unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
NTA, you can't beat the rich.
This is the network service of the NTA.
Hey, Odo, what tend to happen now? What do you thought say happen to your brother Chidi today? What tend to hold him?
Nothing. I don't even know. Nothing happened to him. He's supposed to come here very soon. He's supposed to come. I'm very sure of that because he's supposed to come. He's here. He don't come.
Yeah, you because he don't come. Chidi. We are just talking about it now. He even said he will show me something for your bank where I opened the account. Where I opened for your bank.
Please, you people should not be angry. It is my uncle here.
We have a visitor.
My uncle here, Mazoka. My old missus.
Uncle, of course, thank you. Welcome, thank you. Welcome, thank you.
See, you people should not be angry. You know, I'm very excited. You know, Uncle, I want you to sit with my friends. Because I want to show you off to them. You see this man here? He is my tapulut. But to first, no, sir? Sir? Come.
Baba, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Come and take us.
My wine will never touch ground. And no for Nubo. Apolakashi or dear.
Uncle, this is Iyamudina 6-star choppings. Orderly, and it will be ready.
Alright. Let them bring it with proper correct Morocco. I like this, your uncle. It's a think.
You don't know him. No, Samba? What's this up?
Come. You know, say, I don't the advance for age. That is why I want this sweet peperiso. Now he go service me and bring the food. Now she I like.
Uncle. Yeah, that is not a problem.
Thank you.
You see this woman you're looking at here? She's the owner of this place.
Yes.
All these people that are wearing uniform, they're all her workers. But don't worry. Let me introduce my friends to you first.
Right.
This man here is called Otumba. Otumba, one of Yoruba land.
The boy is good.
The boy.
Uncle, this one sitting by your right hand side is called woman leader. She sell jewelry. She sell abada. She sell lace. Ashebi said she said.
That's me. You're welcome, sir.
Madam Cash.
Uncle, leave that one. It does not have money. This one here is my account officer. This man.
Yes, I'm a banker, sir.
Wait. Uncle, that I import of 20 feet, 40 feet, even 80 feet. He's the one that used to charge the check. And this is Alahaji. This one will be carrying dollars if Nigeria is America.
How can we guess? Small thing, anything will change it.
You see that one that is there? This one, I don't know if she will talk to Alhaji 60 wife.
Hey, Chidi. Stop. I don't like that.
I'm just playing with that is my friend. They're not what. I don't want him to first. Hold on.
Uncle, you're welcome.
Thank you.
No problem. Since Chidi has decided to wash me down, it is alright, no problem. I am supposed to be his best friend, but because you are introducing Uncle now, you are showing yourself. No problem. Uncle, you're welcome. He told me you are his physical god. I remember. You're welcome, sir. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Together, we started a journey filled with smiles. Together, we touched millions of lives, shared laughter, and hundreds of surprises. We discovered how simple acts of kindness go a long way into building a nation of smiles just for you. It's another year and another opportunity to share millions of smiles with our loved ones. So give more, share more, and build a better world. MTN Season of Surprises Season 4 is here. Surprise someone, no matter how little, so we all can spread more kindness.
And you go surprise me.
This is great.
I love Mommy's stew.
Seeing my family smile is truly my pleasure. I want to make everyone happier. More and more. Ajinomoto. It brings out the taste of the ingredients and makes your dish taste great.
Finally. Sweet.
Unbelievable.
Mom, what did you do?
Umami brings deeper taste, deeper love.
Ajinomoto.
Do you know that without this man, I will not know. I don't know where I will be today. Because everything that I know today, it was this man that teach me.
Minus the bad ones.
Anyway, let us forget whatever. Can I have one month? Let's leave mosquito bite and talk what we are talking about.
Chidi, so now I am now a mosquito, Chidi. Don't worry, we'll meet after this place.
Wait. Let Chidi finish telling us what he was telling you.
You be mosquito.
You be mosquito. Not your friend.
Thank you very much. Uncle, as I was saying, do you people know that when I was small was when this man come to carry me from my village? I was carrying my iron box. If you see how I was walking, you think I'm going to China. What did you tell? Look at me.
Yes, I remember that time well. This boy, this big boy now, is small like this, a small pikin. Very small pikin. The good thing we say, in Papa, come carry and give me when he finish junior college. And Papa give me, say, make I teach him how to trade. So I come, but for that time, for Western region, every children they go for school for free education. So therefore now I can't take and put them for polytechnic, make he learn mechanic engineer.
Chidi, you study engineering? Good.
I don't even know stuff. Oh matter now, oh matter. I am bender.
You know now, we don't.
Engineer Chidi.
Hey, but that's good. Every holiday, now so I dey pursue and come out to go back to school. Chidi, have you touched money? Yes, have you touched money? Hey, and they sell market for me well.
You don't need to tell us that one. I'm not here, there. He like money. That one is in his DNA.
Oh yes, follow up. We they call him Osinachi because now from small pikin, now he love to do trade. He like he trade too much from small pikin. And good thing we say he don't get OND before he come begin this spare part business. You see that my shop, where they for a job? Yes. When my brother, my uncle give me, and he give me £5. Same can take buy market full the shop. That shop you think say a small shop. Now big mighty shop, we they sell everything. We they sell kettle tea. We they sell bongo tea. We they sell all different soap with them. They take washcloth, cabin biscuit them, different kind. Peppermint. We they sell. Even this drink that time, rainbow. We they sell at that time. And even key soap. All joined together with the sell. But the thing with this we say chemist. no plenty for that time. So with the sell medicine, join us. Yes, we put medicine inside.
With soap?
Yes.
The Aerial Assurance Challenge.
Oh, thank you. But what assurance can you give our daughter?
Everything. With the new look Ariel, I can even do the laundry.
Prove it then.
Okay. Let's make this stain even tougher. Now, let's wash the cloth. With your detergent and with new look Ariel. Do you believe me now?
Aerial, now in a new look pack.
When I wake up in the morning, I need something to help me start my
Did you know that 90% of brain growth occurs in the first 5 years of a child's life? DHA is an essential nutrient that supports brain growth and its key functions. Peak 456 grain of milk is specially formulated with DHA for children 4 to 6 years old to help them grow up strong and smart. Ajinomoto is made from a natural ingredient and goes through the natural method of fermentation. Ajinomoto's distinctive sweetness deepens the taste of your home cooking. Ajinomoto is made for moms who wish to provide lovely and delicious home cooking to their families. Ajinomoto will always maintain high quality in the future. Umami brings deeper taste, deeper love.
Ajinomoto.
Master, I remember in those days I used to see in my father's crest this APC and the fencing and Cafeno. Yes, those days.
Yes. I'm sure say your papa go get her. For that time, we they sell sweet things for ladies and the small picking them. Something like 3 top oranges. All of them they sell. Not in way we know they sell. But the good thing we they inside, we say all of us for that time we come together as one. All of us now one.
Wonderful.
You see?
Yes.
Our Yoruba brother they call us Kobo Kobo. And we they call them Mbati Mbati. Come together as one.
It don't be like that again.
You see? Oh, nobody fit to chop unless we all complete. Right? And Nami they take care of all their children when they go to work.
Well, Kai Baba, you even service pick up some. Me, I know service. Come like that, pa.
That is right. That is right. Even if I talk your own now, you go surprised. Go back, But
how did you know how to speak Hausa like this very well while living in the West?
Look, Western Nigeria then was a mixed grill of all tribes, so I was told.
Yes. Even said I get shot for Kano. Yes. My shop for Sabongeri for Kano is still there till now. If you go there now, go ask for Okafor and Sons Superstore. Then go show you the
get them.
Na me. Na the first original major superstar for Sabongiri.
Wallahi, that one, now you be like our own shop right that time. In fact, our next, our Quash and Carry, and even Amigos. Wallahi, anything where you define, if you never see them for Okabo and Sons, in order for the whole Kano be that. I am telling you, I say, Baba, now you get up. Didi, now your uncle get up. It's a small world. Come on, here. It's a small world. Okay.
Let me get to the shop. My friend, Abokina, now he can't see the thing where would they do for a job. You can't tell me, say, make I go open shop for Kano. I can't go there. When I reach there now, I call happy. Because now there I sabi how to chop with shinkafa. And the fura the nunu. They make my body
my own too.
Body they fine well.
You like enjoyment too much.
Does it look like he's ready to stop enjoyment?
But no, that's how it should be.
Yes. You see, that is why when Chidi said, make I come Abuja, come see what he they do. Agree to come. I no argue at all. You see, when I come now, I'm very, very satisfied. Very, very satisfied. Five big shops. We full everything they inside. Every market day. Nah, Odero easy.
I am happy for you. You have to be happy for me because I like to flaunt the best. Yes! Because
thank you.
If they are gifts of these days, they'll be in a hurry to get everything. They will want to be bigger and heavier than their master under 1 month.
No. In 1 week or even less. I'm a contractor. I work with most of them, so I know these things.
It's bad. Even the ones that are going to school. No, they will be sent to school. They won't go. They'll be going around looking for money. The next thing is to go back and look for how they will do exam malpractice.
That is why somebody like me, I don't used to disturb myself at all. I'm telling you. Me, Udo, my own na make I chop and be happy. That is all. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. You see, Uncle, look at that. Hello? Very, very disrespectful. You don't teach this chili boy, this coconut boy, how to they manage in course. Now see him go to call left, right, and center, even front so. No single respect for people where they are around them.
For our own time, this kind telephone, you know be like this. If you want to, you go see the person where you they talk to face. And everybody know where everybody they live. And if the place far, we go write letter. And postman they come every time.
Mazi, I actually think that that was the reason why there were less crime and corruption that time.
Oh yes.
And because everybody knows everybody and knows where they come from.
Yeah.
So there's no way you can cheat me. I know where to come and see you.
Yes. And that is why I say that this technology that has come, it has too many pitfalls. I mean, things like all these Yahoo, they came with the internet and email and all of that.
The truth is, there is nothing good that does not have a bad side.
Yeah.
This GSM and other technologies, they are all good. Now they misuse them.
Exactly. I know it was designed for good, but because man will always be man, they will just go and find out the forbidden fruit in it, get it, and misuse it.
GSM good. Me, I like our own time, that time. Pass now. Because if you want to talk to somebody, you go see him eye to eye, koro. And if he begin to tell you lie, you go know one time.
Yes.
That That was so as it be that time. And this bank robbery with the telephone, you know that time.
It's true, Baba. Wallahi, I support you for that one. Wallahi, because now so the other day one person called me. He say him na my banker. He say my BBN get problem. Say make I send them my ATM card number and my film. Make them take repair my BBN.
I don't know. Say now waiting one up. You don't fall for the move, Bala.
Allah came back to him. You told the passport them. We just patient man. Wallahi, I don't almost fall finish part. Wallahi, Amma, I thank Allah. Say my boy Deja. He just hear our call. Now he just snatch the phone come up from my hand. Watch the call. Wallahi, I begin the best. I began the best, I began the best, and the best, and the best. Wallahi, now so my boy began the shout, hey, na yahoo, yahoo, na yahoo, yahoo. Wallahi, I say, yahoo, yahoo. So I can't go my bank. As I go there, now so they say, waiting, I tell them, they shout. They say, make I no collect call from their hand and you know, say na yahoo yahoo pa. Wallahi na so I for the cry now. Wallahi I for no even shame say a pedestrian say I for cry. Wallahi a serious cry. Wait. I will tell you when the tongue does the surprise me.
See, the new one they have invoked now is that they will send you email from the bank's app or their email, and immediately you click on it, all the things that you have, all the money you have in your account will vanish.
Yes.
You know, that is why I say that this bank staff, they are aware of all this crime. They should be able to trace the roots of all this crime. How can it come from the bank? They are aware. One more.
To anyone who ever pushed me to go further.
Come on, one more.
To anyone who ever gave me a hand up. To anyone who ever taught me anything I ever learned. To those who work together to set the bar higher. To those who give me the energy to go further. This is my team, and my team makes me.
Together, we started a journey filled with smiles. Together, we touched millions of lives, shared laughter, and hundreds of surprises. We discovered how simple acts of kindness go a long way into building a nation of smiles just for you. It's another year and another opportunity to share millions of smiles with our loved ones. So give more, share more, and build a better world. MTN Season of Surprises Season 4 is here. Surprise someone, no matter how little, so we all can spread more kindness.
And you go surprise me.
Uncle? I hope you're having fun with my friends. No, sir. I bring extra. Plain pepper soup on this table. I will pay.
Uncle soup is coming every day. I will just bring for me too.
Do you want to take
it? I'll have a sample.
I will for master. Don't worry, blame for him. I will pay.
Cheers, my friend. Yeah, because of your uncle.
There is some business issue I want to discuss with you. All right. You see, I'm a contractor. And I've been doing contracts for a very long time now. It's not been easy. Easy, Rara.
Easy, not so.
Which is why
easy.
I've been thinking of going into other areas of business. Yes. If I can have a place, build it, nurture it, and watch it grow. Just like you have done with your provision business. Yes.
All right. I would like to talk with you.
Okay.
We go talk, you hear? But not be today. You hear? I dey hurry go somewhere. Okay. Tomorrow, me and you go talk. I go dey go now when we just finish. You hear?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Check.
Well done, sir.
Wanyoma. Wanyoma, tomato, just tomato. Asambete. Chai, fine woman. I say make I salute you proper. As your friend, so now I know say your food is fine, it's sweet.
Thank you.
Fine woman, sweet food.
Thank you, sir.
I like your uncle. I like your uncle.
Oh no! Mazi, you're 21 inside.
Excuse me, sir. Can I get your number?
You want to learn some skills. Guys, am I here? Medina, this is just a smile, yes.
Chop your food. Chop your food.
Okay, oh, yeah. I like you.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Odo, what tend to happen now? What do you thought say happen to your brother cheating? Eh? What tend to hold up?
Nothing. I don't even know. Nothing happened to him. He's supposed to come here very soon. He's supposed to come. I'm very sure of that because he's a problem. He's here. He'll come.
Because he don't come. We are just talking about it now. He even said he will show me something for your bank where I opened the account. Where I opened for your bank.
Please, you people should not be angry. It is my uncle here.
We have a visitor.
My uncle here, Mazoka, my old missus.
Uncle, welcome, sir. Welcome, thank you. Welcome, thank you.
See, you people should not be angry. You know, I'm very excited. You know, Uncle, I want you to sit with my friends because I want to show you off to them. See this man here? He is my tapulut. But to first, no, sir? Sir? Come.
Baba, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Come and take us.
My wine will never touch ground. And no for Nubo. Apolakashi or dear.
Uncle, this is Kiyamudino 6-star choppings. Order it and it will be ready.
All right. Let them bring it with proper correct Morocco. I like this, your uncle. Is it think?
You don't know him. No, Samba? What's this?
Come. You know, say, I done the advance for age. That is why I want to this sweet peperiso. Now he go service me and bring the food. Now she I like.
Uncle. Yeah, that is not a problem.
Thank you.
You see this woman you're looking at here? She's the owner of this place.
Yes.
All these people that are wearing uniform, they're all her workers. But don't worry. Let me introduce my friends to you first.
All right.
This man here is called Otumba. Otumba, one of Yoruba land.
The boy is good.
The boy.
Uncle, this one sitting by your right hand side is called woman leader. She sell jewelry. She sell abada. She sell lace. Ashebi said she sell.
That's me. You're welcome, sir.
Madam Cash.
Uncle, leave that one. He does not have money. This one here is my account officer. This man.
Yes, I'm a banker, sir.
Wait. Uncle, that I import of 20 feet, 40 feet, even 80 feet. He's the one that used to charge the check. And this is Alahaji. This one will be carrying dollars if Nigeria is America.
How can we guess? Small thing, anything will change it.
You see that one that is there? This one, I don't know if she will talk to Alhaji 60 wife.
Hey, Chidi. Stop. I don't like that.
I'm just playing with that is my friend. They're not what. I don't want him to first. Hold on.
Uncle, you're welcome.
Thank you.
No problem. Since Chidi has decided to wash me down, it is alright, no problem. I am supposed to be his best friend, but because you are introducing Uncle now, you are showing yourself. No problem. Uncle, you're welcome. He told me you are his physical god. I remember. You're welcome, sir. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Together, we started a journey filled with smiles. Together, we touched millions of lives, shared laughter, and hundreds of surprises. We discovered how simple acts of kindness go a long way into building a nation of smiles just for you. It's another year and another opportunity to share millions of smiles with our loved ones. So give more, share more, and build a better world. MTN Season of Surprises Season 4 is here. Surprise someone, no matter how little, so we all can spread more kindness.
And you go surprise me.
This is great.
I love Mommy's stew. Seeing my family smile is truly my pleasure. I want to make everyone happier. More and more. Ajinomoto. It brings out the taste of the ingredients and makes your dish taste great. Finally.
Sweet. Unbelievable.
Mom, what did you do? Umami. Brings deeper taste, deeper love.
Ajinomoto.
Do you know that without this man, I will not know. I don't know where I will be today. Because everything that I know today, it was this man that teach me.
Minus the bad ones.
Anyway, let us forget whatever. Let's leave mosquito bite and talk what we are talking about.
Chidi, so now I am now a mosquito, Chidi. Don't worry, we'll meet after this place.
Wait. Let Chidi finish telling us what he was telling us.
Don't be mosquito.
You be mosquito. You be mosquito. Not your friend.
Thank you very much. Uncle, as I was saying, do you people know that when I was small was when this man come to carry me from my village? I was carrying my iron box. If you see how I was walking, you think I'm going to China. But today, look at me.
Yes, I remember that time well. This boy, this big boy now, is small like this, a small pikin. Very small pikin. The good thing we say, in Papa, come carry and give me when he finish junior college. Papa give me, say, make I teach him how to trade. So I come, but for that time, for Western region, every children, they go for school, for free education. So therefore now, I can't take and put them for polytechnic, make he learn mechanic engineer.
Chidi, you study engineering. Good day.
But I don't even know stuff.
Oh matter now, oh matter. I am bender.
You know now, we don't.
Engineer Chidi.
Hey, but that's good.
Every holiday, now so I dey pursue am come out to go back to school. Chidi, have you touched money? Yes, have you touched money? And they sell market for me well.
You don't need to tell us that one. I'm not here, there. You like money. That one is in his DNA.
Oh yes, follow up. We they call him Osinachi because now from small pikin, now he love to do trade. He like he trade. He do much from small pikin. And good thing be say he don't get OND before he come begin this spare part business. You see that my shop, where they for a job?
Yes.
When my brother, my uncle give me, and he give me £5. Say make I take buy market full the shop. That shop you think say na small shop? Na big mighty shop we dey sell everything. We dey sell kettle tea. We dey sell bongo tea. We dey sell all different soap wey dem dey take wash cloth. Cabin biscuit them, different kind. Peppermint. We dey sell. Even this drink that time rainbow. We dey sell at that time. And even key soap. All joined together with the same. But the thing where they said, we say chemist, no plenty for that time. So we dey sell medicine join am. Yes, we put medicine inside.
With soap?
Yes.
The Aerial Assurance Challenge.
Oh, thank you. But what assurance can you give our daughter?
Everything. With the new look Ariel, I can even do the laundry.
Prove it then.
Okay. Let's make this stain even tougher. Now, let's wash the cloth. With your detergent and with new look Ariel. Do you believe me now?
Aerial, now in a new look pack.
When I wake up in the morning, I need something to help me start my
Did you know that 90% of brain growth occurs in the first 5 years of a child's life? DHA is an essential nutrient that supports brain growth and its key functions. Peak 456 grain of milk is specially formulated with DHA for children 4 to 6 years old to help them grow up strong and smart. Ajinomoto is made from a natural ingredient and goes through the natural method of fermentation. Ajinomoto's distinctive sweetness deepens the taste of your home cooking. Ajinomoto is made for moms who wish to provide lovely and delicious home cooking to their families. Ajinomoto will always maintain a high quality in the future. Umami brings deeper taste, deeper love.
Ajinomoto.
I remember in those days I used to see in my father's crest this APC and the Fensic and Cafeno. Yes, those days.
Yes. I'm sure say your papa go get her. For that time, we dey sell sweet things for ladies and the small pikin them. Something like 3 top oranges. All of them we sell. Nothing wey we know they sell. But the good thing wey dey inside be say all of us for that time we come together as one. All of us now one.
Wonderful.
You see?
Yes.
Our Yoruba brother, they call us Kobo Kobo. And we, they call them Mbati Mbati. But the good thing is say all of us come together as one.
Don't be like that again.
You see? Oh, nobody fit to chop unless we all complete. And Nami, they take care of all their children when they go to work.
Well, Kai Baba, you even speak of some. Me, I know something to come like that, pa.
That is right. That is right. Even if I talk your own now, you go surprised. Go back,
But how did you know how to speak Hausa like this very well while living in the West?
Look, Western Nigeria then was a mixed grill of all tribes, so I was told.
Yes. Even said, I get shop for Kano. Yes. My shop for Sabongeri for Kano is still there till now. If you go there now, go ask for Okafor and Sons Superstore. Then go show you the
Now you get them.
Now me. Now the first original major superstore for Sabongeri.
Wallahi, that one, now you be like our own shop right that time. In fact, our next, our Quash and Carry, and even Amigos. Wallahi, anything where you define, if you never see them for Okabo and Sons, you know them for the whole Kano with that. I am telling you, I say, Baba, now you get up. Didi, now your uncle get up. It's a small world. Come on, here. It's a small world. Okay.
Nami gets the shop. My friend, Abokina, now he can't see the thing where would they do for a job. You can't tell me, say, make I go open shop for Kano. I can't go there. When I reach there now, I call happy. Because now there I sabi how to chop tuwo shinkafa. And the food and the nunu. They make my body
well, my own too.
Body they find well.
You like enjoyment too much.
It doesn't look like he's ready to stop enjoyment.
But no, that's how it should be.
Yes. You see, that is why when Chidi said make I come Abuja, come see what he they do. I agreed to come. I no argue at all. You see, when I come now, I'm very, very satisfied. Very, very satisfied. You see, 5 big shots.